Oh, that light is a little bit too bright there, isn't it? Let me see here. I guess I could do it like that. How about that? How about that? All right. I don't know where this Leary. Let me see something. It's not coming from. It's my computer. It's going out. I'm sorry. Yeah, my computer. My laptop. Okay. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Coming again with a short message. I don't know if it's going to be short or long, but with a message. But it's your turn to talk. It's time for you to talk. I'm going to put this dog in the house because I don't want him making all that noise. I'll be right back. In here. You don't have to stop barking. Stop the barking. Stop. Yeah, he gave me a look like he says, please, mama, let me stay out. So I, Sister Deborah, again, we're coming again today, and it's time for you to talk. I got on here time for to talk. It's time to hear you talk. Okay. Sister Deborah have done a lot of talking in the last 3 to 4 days. I'm going to stand back and I'm going to hear you talk. Okay. So I'm going to make that spell that right a little bit. Time to hear you talk. And I'm opening up in the chat that anybody that has any questions, some people might even have the answers. Just pull up and let's talk about it. Someone has something that they were revealed, a dream, a vision. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's hear it. It's time for you to talk. I'm going to go on and press forward until we have individuals that will show up in the live chat. But I like to say this. It's a different day, DAY, to Sister Deborah. I'm going to embrace things a little bit different. A little bit different. Do it feel good? Yes. It feels good. Matter of fact, it feels real good. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. And we're just going to open up to any and everybody who has questions, who have answers, who have a vision, a dream, or whatever. It's just time to hear you talk. Sister Deborah, like I said, has been talking for the last 3 or 4 days. She's worn out. And I do thank the Most High Yah for what he has given me in the last, say, 9 days. Has been a 9 day of blessings poured out in my spirit of wisdom and knowledge and of his spiritual understanding. And I want to say that when we can stop pointing the fingers at any and everybody and start learning to own that thing, it's a lot of people to blame for a lot of things. 100, a lot. That's true. But a lot of things that we are blaming others for, it's like a scapegoat for us to deceive each other, as if everything that's happening to us is the work and the power of another human being. And when we do that, we actually give all power and authority over to a people who don't have power nor authority. They're still under the mighty right hand of the Most High Yah as well. What do you mean, Deborah? They still under that will. How about that? How about that? They just can't roll up or roll in or pull up in or pull up out anytime they get ready. We still have to understand who is the overseer of it all, who is the creator of it all, who holds the wheel to the beginning and the end. When we reach the point where we can really fully embrace that, we don't understand how we would change. Do you all understand that there is a power that's so greater in us than he that is in the world? You ever wonder why that power don't seem to be manifesting, or why is it not revealed? Why is it your power that is within you, that was given to you by the Ruach? Why isn't it activated? It is. It's just you. It's just you. Okay. Yep, he is truly the king, ain't he? I know that's right. I know that's right. That sounds good too. I like that. I like that. Because it gives him right now the glory. And the more we understand that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I got us something to talk about, but I'm gonna wait until we get a few more people in so that I can cover something that I need to cover. Because he said something to me, like he said something to me about my husband. He said, Deborah, I have suffered you to behold his nakedness. And that's when I was married. And he said, I behold you to see your husband nakedness. After he had suffered me to see my husband nakedness, he charged me. And have I done good with it? Nope, I never did good with it. But he knew that I had so much space to improve. And what happened? Once the Father had suffered me as a prophetess in him to see my husband nakedness, then he explained to me, he charged me, now that you see his nakedness, you must not, Deborah, use his nakedness against him. Y'all don't want me to use his nakedness against him. Why? Because he did not show me his nakedness. Yah revealed me his nakedness. I think that's beautiful. Because what he's saying, whatever I show you the nakedness of, you're not going to use the nakedness against them. And who is he talking about? Israel and Judah. Israel and Judah. Don't use it against them. Use it to educate them while they're still on this earth. So what he's saying is, yeah, I came to you and I revealed to you the revelation, the fullness. And I revealed it to the point where you can see Judah and Israel nakedness. Me allowing you again, Deborah, to see the nakedness of Judah and Israel does not allow you to use their nakedness against them. I can't use it against them. I can use it to educate them, but I'm not going to be able to use it against them. So anytime you see Sister Deborah using their naked against them, you tell sister, you better get in your lane, sister. Tell me, Deborah, you better get in your lane. And that's the spiritual lane in which I have been charged. That now that I have revealed to you Israel and Judah's nakedness, you can't use it against them. Okay. Because what is it for me to gain knowing their nakedness and using it against them? It's enough suffering here on the earth. It's enough wicked and evil on the earth. It's enough oppress, captivity, racist, and all kind of things on the earth. They need not that their nakedness be against them or be put forward against them. Does that make any sense? You all probably didn't understand what I just said, because I think I said it like going around not in circles, but in many ways. Again, the Father charged me not to use the nakedness of Israel and Judah against them. That means I can't use it against who they are, what they're doing, how they're doing, why they're doing it. Okay. I can use it in a way that it will educate them, but not so much as a defense of against them. Okay. So again, the platform is open to anybody in the live chat who has something to question or have the answer or have a scripture, a chapter, or a dream, a vision, or something that maybe you can share with the body of Hamashiach that we are seeking. Because a lot of times what people have to say is what some people are seeking for. They have the answer to many of questions that many out there are desiring or seeking, to have something to hold firm to. And I'm going to keep talking to individual in the chat if they desire to pull up with some information. But another thing is, I realized when I that things felt different, y'all, to me. Things felt much different today when I went out. Things felt different, even me being in my quiet zone. Things felt different. It felt like it almost like a heavy burden or a load has been uplifted, as if the Most High Yah wants me to know that, okay, the load has been lifted. Now you know what I'm saying? Now you understand. You have the fullness, going out and being able to move about. And the only thing that I thought was kind of strange about me being out today, it was that spirit of discerning. I was discerning some things, and then I began to blame myself. I start to blame myself because I said, well, maybe it's because of what I know today. And because I know what I know, what was not because I know that I knew it, but because the Father has given me the revelation of it. Maybe that's why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, but it's so rooted. It's so deep down in me. It's not like it's on the edge of who I am. It's like down rooted down in me. It's a feeling. And I was around Europeans today, and it was a feeling. It was like, I'm gonna tell you. I think I kind of understand it. I was given the spirit of discerning many years ago, and what it feels like that it has been fully activated. Okay, that's what it feels like. It feels different, y'all. It feels like I'm a totally different person. Because as I was in that environment, it was like I could feel it. I could feel the vibes, but the vibes were so deep to where it was almost like all I could think of was civil war. I was thinking of civil war, racial war, nation against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That was heavy upon me while I was feeling so deep down. And I know it was the Spirit in me. And I'm like, okay, what is this about? What is going on? And I couldn't shake it. Whenever the Ruach is that heavy in you and you can't shake it, it's because you got to make it. You got to make it the way he's trying to reveal it unto you. You got to be able to salute that thing in the way that he's ushering it in you. And at that time, I'm like, okay, I know I have the spirit of discerning. I'm discerning. There was so many people there, so I was discerning the spirits, and I didn't want to be in an environment I can discern all the spirits, because then I know I'm actually in the furnace fire. I mean, I don't know if y'all know anything about that. With the spirit of discerning, you can walk into your workplace and the heaviness in your spirit is so heavy. Why? Because your spirit of discerning is so activated. It can discern every spirit among you, away from you, down from you, everywhere. So that's what I think I was experiencing. And then I was telling my ex-husband, I said, it's kind of, I don't know if it's me. It could be me. But as I had got me something to eat and I sat down, I said, it almost felt like I was able to discern the individuals that was there. And that when I began to discern them, you guys, I thought of civil war. I thought of racial war. I'm serious. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And that's what I was feeling when I was among these people today. So I thought that was really strange. Not strange, but that was deep for me. And like I said, as far as Judith, as I continue to be on this devil platform, now I have to go a different route when I'm dealing with Israel and Judah. I have to go a route of educating more so than using their nakedness. Anytime y'all give you the nakedness of an individual, be careful in how you deal with them, because the nakedness is the spirit of the Most High Yah revealing their nakedness before you. So it's a blessing from the Creator to be able, not to be able to give you such authority of knowing or revealing the nakedness of a people, to where you see the nakedness, you have to appreciate it from Yah standpoint of view, or of allowing you. So therefore, now you are at that point where you see their nakedness. Now you got to either speak in a form of educating. Okay. All right. Again, I think that was, I had another, and I can't even find my papers that I had something wrote down that I wanted to talk about. And I'm sitting here talking, trying to remember at the same time, trying to talk it. And it's just not coming. It's just not coming together. So again, this is time to hear from you. Time to hear from you. And another thing I was talking about earlier was Psalms. I think Psalms can pretty much give you more comfort today than ever. That you can go and hear a word. And if you go into Psalms, he'll meet you there. I tell you that he shall meet you there in Psalms, where you can get some rest for your weary spirit. Okay. Because Psalms give you a better understanding of what Mount Zion, Israel, and Judah is going to experience, and why and how Yah is going to do it in the Mount Zion, okay, or Zion, there's so much things that I have spoken today that at the same time I spoke those things, I also, a lot of times, I was learning. I was not so much as learning, but hearing it. So I was hearing even myself speak, and you thinking I'm speaking to you. You just don't know I'm speaking to me too. It's because I'm feeling this thing. I'm hearing it and I'm feeling it. So that was and that is a good thing, because Yah will not want me to bypass what he has to say to give to you, and then it bypass me. No, that ain't how he rumbled. He ain't never rumbled that way. Anything he has to say, he's going to first, it had to first be applied to the individuals which he is causing to speak it. You have to first receive it. So I think that's a pretty good thing with any and everybody. Have to embrace what he has to say to others, and even to ourselves, as he hits you first and then you speak to others. And I think that's a beautiful thing. That's an awesome thing. I didn't write things down today because I say, okay, this is the time to talk. And I didn't have anything wrote down. And like I said, in the last few days, I've said more than a mouthful. And I don't have very much else. But I will tell you, I always felt that the 400 years needed to have some sort of victory at the end, and the type of victory of full understanding, getting the victory of Deuteronomy by the understanding of the whole truth of the matter. I always felt that. And the throne of the Most High Yah, with the idea of with this whole idea of what why would you give somebody 400 years and they don't learn nothing within the 400 years? I just say that all the time. What is you I know you got something in the 400 years. They got to come out in victorious. It's something they should learn. There's something they should get out of it. You got to. It's something you should get out of it. And it's not so much as getting something that you're going to end up getting jewelry and gold and all this old reparation in which they want everybody's hollering for. But I'm speaking of getting something out of it. And I'm speaking of wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the purpose of it itself, the 400 years. And right today, I realize that the 400 years have come and gone, and people still cannot justify or clarify or identify what the 400 years was consisted of. I mean, no one knows. They don't have anything to tell you outside of the oppressed and the yoke around their neck. That's all they can say. But it has to have something that you learn from it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I was bouncing off of, in a sense. You're right. It was bouncing off of the two, because I wanted you to see the other end of it, of how the Most High will summon this thing up, and the whole overall of what he's going to do at the end. And that's why I say that it's so important to understand the 400 years, because if you are still out there and you don't understand the victory in the 400 years that's going to come out of the 400 years, and that's because I understand why they're where they at, because too many voices in the land that have given them victory in being in the land of their captivity. They have already given them victory. They just look like the victory is us getting out of here and on the ship, and the victory. Guess what they think the victory is? They honestly think the victory is Babylon coming down. Babylon wasn't the only one involved in the slave trade. Matter of fact, they ain't even the main. They ain't even the main. How would I say? They ain't even the main ones. America is not the main ones that really did the British, Iran. What is it? Arab. No, Arab. Iran. I say Iran. British, Germany. A lot of them was involved in it. So, but when you get here in the United States, the Hebrews here thinks that the greatest gift is Babylon coming down. 1 minute. Babylon gonna fall. I mean, come on now. Is that the victory? Come on. Okay. I went in there and it was running the water and something else came. Let me put this in here. Okay. Let's see where we at here. Oh, the second fiddle is you don't have to be justified and clarified by nobody. You don't have to answer to nobody. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody. They have to, if anything, answer to you. Second fiddle is when you don't think you're good enough. He said, stop playing the second fiddle. You the first. So why is you don't get in the position of the second fiddle? I mean, I was still doing a study and he just said that out of nowhere. And I said, okay, I will do. It's because second fiddle is when you honestly is the first, but you play the second as if you don't feel you worthy to be considered to be the first. And if you're the first, you can't place yourself second, no matter where nobody think that they are. You always, when you come upon people, you stand in the front line. You stand as the first one. Don't go into the second one, the third one, nor the fourth and the fifth one. There ain't nobody. Take your righteous place. The first line, not the second. Second fiddle is when you don't feel you worthy enough to handle, or you worthy enough to stand in the first spot. And he's saying you are. That's what he means. You are worthy to stand in the first spot. No, it ain't got nothing to do with you humbling. A lot of time around and you thinking it's because your personality and the way that you are, the way he created you. If he didn't create you, the only way that he wants you is the way he got you right now. And don't feel you have to stand down on top of nobody. And if you have to be bold, and if you, it don't matter if you feel you wrong or if you feel you right, stand in the place as the first, not the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Let they tail stand there. So that's what he meant. Yeah, you don't have to do that. Stand in your place. And don't let anybody take it from you and tell you anything any different. Even Sister Deborah, stand in your place. That you got that place by right. And it ain't based on what you did and how you did it and how your life was or nothing. It ain't based on how you might take things and how you might swing it. Believe it or not, that's all in his making. He got to get you where he at. He wants you. And where he wants you is where you at. And anything that he has to teach you and get you to understand and learn, let him do it. But only let him do it. Don't go around thinking that nobody else is in the position to try to tell you anything, and don't be the second fiddle to him. Nobody. Because I truly believe, I used to tell them, I think it was last year, I used to tell them all the time, there's some bold ones coming. And them bold ones ain't going to be smiling. They ain't going to be joking. They ain't going to be playing. They're going to be speaking like they got fire or the sword on their tongue. And people going to be looking at them like they crazy, wondering, well, wait a minute, who are they? They ain't been in here long, or we ain't seen them. I ain't never seen them. Who do they think they are? You know what I'm saying? That's how they going to see them. But it don't matter where they going to see them. They come, they were appointed for this day to speak exactly the way they speak it. See, what the Father taught me, it's not so much as a lot of people get caught up in them emotions and them feelings. They don't understand. It ain't got nothing to do with how a person sound, the way they putting it out, how loud, how soft. Because what they doing is they role playing. They trying to look holy than thou. They trying to sound holy than thou. But Yah saying when his ears pull up, you're going to know he is spoke, because they're going to speak in the boldness in which they were sent out to. So it's even in the scriptures, it telling people that the bold ones is coming. And those going to be the ones that's going to speak, and they ain't going to smile with you. They ain't going to play with you. They ain't going to joke with you. They just going to come like the two-edged sword to be speaking just as bold and keep it going. They ain't going to waste their time trying to make people believe them. Like Sister Deborah be on this Deborah platform uploading these videos and stuff. Hey, let me tell you, the one he's got out here, they ain't got time for that. If they get on here and they make a video, they gonna say what they got to say. Bam, shut down. You might see them later on again, say something and shut down. They ain't playing. They ain't gonna play. Because see, they coming knowing what we are learning. They come already knowing. That's my mission, is to bring that which they need in this day and time. That's just who Yah is. Do you know they supposed to run when they see you coming? They know what they messing with. They know what they messing with. That's why they running. I told y'all, every job I had has been a good paying job. I had good benefits. Every job I had was really good to me. But nobody messed with me, y'all. Even when I was young. Just imagine that. Nobody messed with me. And don't let me see you messing with somebody else. Because if I see you messing with somebody else, I don't give a rest behind if you're a male or a female. I'm going to approach you. Because if you're going to mess with somebody, be away from my space. Don't come in my space talking crazy to people, belittling people, disrespecting people. Because if you in my space doing that, hey, this sister gonna say something. Always did. Always did. Always did. Yeah. That's how you have to do. You have to be bold. And guess what? As being bold, you watch how they respect you. And they ain't respecting you because you tough, you mean. They respecting you because they can't figure your spirit out. They'd rather be afraid because they don't know who they really approaching. And a lot of people think people are afraid of people, not they outer man. It's what's in them. And he told us that. It's not you, it's me. I'm that ruach in you they're afraid of. See, that's how long I try to tell y'all that he been with me. I tried to tell y'all to all my life. Every job I had was a good paying job and good benefits. People never mess with me, y'all. Never mess with me. Never. And when I say mess with me, you know how jobs do certain black people, they do them wrong and talk to them wrong. They treat them wrong and, and disrespect them. Guess what? If I'm in the midst, them Gentiles, they don't disrespect nobody when I'm standing there. Did y'all know that? See, I told y'all that ruach in me is real, and I don't need no man on this earth to tell me. I've been around too long, y'all. Even though I'm still young, I know I'm still young. I've been around, seen many things, been many places. I had to tell somebody the other day, I was working in a Clayton prison, Annex and Gumbo and Pacific. That man said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. Deborah, you went in there? Yes, I did. I didn't go in there. Y'all sent me there, so I ain't had no other choice but to work the job itself. I can't believe you worked there. Yes. That's a bad prison. I don't care. That's where he sent me. Shocked me for what, 44, 45 years and couldn't believe I said that. Yeah. See, they don't believe you. They don't believe you. Father, all praise. He is truly amazing in glory. Hallelujah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Especially if it's amongst darkness. It's going to show up and show out. That's the purpose of the light. That's why he said we were supposed to be in the light that's set up on a hill. Woo-wee! How did that sound? A light that's set up on a hill. Yes, it shows up in darkness. And darkness has to stand down and come in your house with no light. Flip that button. Watch darkness take off. My RV light thing, because I still ain't got me a van. I know it. You feel sad for this little old lady. Oh, you feel sad for. I'm still trying, y'all. I'm still trying. Maybe before the summer is out. Because I wanted to, I got everybody's state. Because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to also, prophetess, did you know there's so many of my YouTubers in North Carolina? Did you know that? I know you didn't. And I think James said Massachusetts. Am I saying that right? Do y'all know Neil, another man, but he's a European. He's been on my platform for a good year. He's from there too. He just sent me a text a couple of days ago, told me everything was fine, and that he's glad that he thought I was still off of YouTube. He's glad I made it back. He had I think his grandmother had passed away. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's in Massachusetts. I'm saying that right? Massachusetts. See, that's why I needed that lady, my son's girlfriend, to read for me, because some words I just can't pronounce. And you think I'm ashamed? No, I'm not. And if y'all don't see, prophetess, if y'all don't show me how to pronounce word or give me that, I don't care. I only use it and say it the way I know how to say it. You see, that's why I said we got to work with what he's. And if nobody don't like it, we still got to stand in our place in where he called us first. Oh, Florida. We got one in Florida. Florida, I'm coming your route. You know why? I've been to Florida so many times. I need to stop, huh? But I'm saying Florida because that was one on my list. North Carolina was on my list. Chicago is on my list. Huh? If any, wait a minute, man, did you tell you something I learned that can help? Man, oh man. Something that can help, huh? Could it help everybody in the live chat, or is it just okay? A white lady told you years ago she was going to have my job. Where's my boss? I led her to him, and he didn't say a word. All right, to me, and he was white. Best boss ever. Back then. You see how you said back then? It's still like that now in some places. Okay, then that'll be good. Okay. Virginia. Wait a minute. I thought you was in North Carolina. Virginia. I didn't know that. Okay. Orlando, Florida. All right. You okay, you from Orlando, but you in Orleans? New Orleans? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to take these glasses, what I got on, and put my black. I left them in there. These glasses supposed to be my new glasses, but I can't even see out of them. Okay. New Orleans. Yes. Oh, that's so sweet. Help Sister Deborah. Ain't that sweet? Yeah, you're in Virginia, but someone was in Orlando, Florida, and now in New Orleans. Okay. But I know Florida was also on that list. Massachusetts, not Massachusetts. Because I know it's two, James and Neil. Yeah, I got that. Virginia. Is that West Virginia? It is West Virginia, right? So yeah, these glasses, it ain't worth a dime. And I just got these less than 2 months ago. And I know my laptop looked like it's blurry. It's because it's dying out on me, but that's okay. Yeah. See, the thing about it though, when the Father's in the midst of it, he don't want you going, within the system. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with receiving from the system, but to get what you know that he has for you, he don't want you to trust in a way that you're going to be flipping up and flipping down, to try to accomplish or get something. And it'll be like prolonged waiting and putting your hope in a system or a program that's out there. But you said dress for battle, huh? Oh no, you know what? This is a jacket and I got the pants on. I don't know what's this deal with this green. I just love it. And I just fell in love with it in the last 2 years. I don't know. You're right. I look like I'm for back. And this little old hen. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. But you know what else, you guys? There are some things that after the Father had given me the fullness and the revelation, it's some things that also today, just today alone, that I came up on, and I start seeing it, and I know this one man, I saw him, he was dressed pretty nice. He had some green dark, he had some this kind of green khaki jeans, Air Force Ones, but they were real clean and white. He had this little jacket on, and then he had this big t-shirt on, this white t-shirt, and his hands was in the air, and all the time I'm driving, I'm seeing him walking, and everybody looking at him. You should see what he was doing, y'all. It would have blew your mind. You would say, oh, he didn't smoke something or took something that, oh man. And I just started praying for him, y'all. I just had to pray for him. I just had to pray for that man. Whatever he took, if he could see himself, if he could see how he was conducting his, horrible. That was horrible. Here come another man running across the street, okay? And he had purple and red hair running across the street with a purple and red wig on. Then I saw another man walking with his pants. All you can see is his rear end. And I was like saying to myself, why am I seeing this? Why am I focusing on this? And then the Spirit spoke to me just as softly. This is something that shows you the truth of the whole matter. I said, but Father, this is what I've always seen. Why is it now I'm seeing it and it's hurting me so bad? He said, because your eyes have been open to the fullness of what always been there, and you never saw it, as I've shown it and spoke it unto your spirit in its fullness. He said, what nationality men, can I say that again? What nationality, Deborah, of men on the earth walk around with their rear end, their back end, and their pants hanging like it's falling off of you? He said, all of these things is why a system of people keep looking down on a people. Because we have not set anything before us since. But we want them to see us, respect us in a way and beyond the way we are conducting ourselves. And you know what he laid it on? He said, now look at this guy. There's another guy. Pants hanging down, y'all. Underclothes. All the way down, not almost to his knees. He said, now look at that. Why ain't Judith telling Judith, men, we need to stop this? How we expect for other nationalities to respect us when we walking around conducting ourselves in this way and this way and this way. Then he began to tell me about how he was talking about how if one bring substance into a community, if someone come right now to your community and offer you drugs to destroy your people, who are you going to blame? The one that brought it or the one that accepted it and it ushered it to your community? Anybody in the live chat, come on now, talk to me. Which one must we blame? Who shall we blame? Someone pull up in a car and offer us drugs to kill our community off, to destroy our community. And he that he gives the drugs to, he disperses it to mothers, to fathers, to sons, to daughters, to children, to destroy his own community. Who must we blame? The one that we accepted. So why can you see that but nobody else can? The one that accepted. Because, okay, if you said the dealer, let's say the one walked up, watch this here, watch this. Now, the dealer pulled up with it. And the man decide we're not going to accept it. So the dealer said, well, I can't do nothing then. If you don't accept it, I'll leave. So the dealer leave. But another dealer come in and go to a different person. See, you in that community, somebody has to have a made up mind. The community itself, along with the one that accepts the drugs, has to have a heart. So you mean to tell me the rest of our lives, we as a people, we would blame everybody, every dealer, because we want to destroy our mothers, our sisters, our fathers, our whole community? Because the dealer brought it in and I accept it. Let me ask you another question. Do you think that we were going to stand before the throne of Yah? I mean, honestly, do you believe that everybody, good, evil, wicked, or what, and righteous, do you believe we're going to stand before the judgment seat of Yah? And I can guarantee you one thing, the drug dealer won't be there. How about that? How about that? And what I'm doing is causing you to think the dealer is who we've been blaming for 400 years without taking accountability. Where is our hearts? Where is our emotions? Where is our feelings of wanting to destroy our own tribe? This would make us so different from everybody else. This is what makes us so different. We want to be a people so special, but the truth of the matter, the 400 years showed us amongst each other that we are not so special as we have proclaimed that we have been and we are, to where we are willing to go into our community and tear it down every chance we get. I can't. Offer your corner. That's what I'm saying. But that is exactly, this is what now, what happened to us as a tribe, we didn't have, let me stop because the Father said, don't say that, Deborah. He said to me, no, don't say that, because we did have. Don't say it. Everything we think we hadn't had, and we didn't have a chance, we didn't have the ability, we didn't have this, we didn't have, the Father said, don't say that. Don't say that. Because Yah is saying, don't forget, these are the same people that was on the promised land. I was there, Deborah. Deborah, you wasn't there. I was there. You see what he's saying? So he's saying that this same people is on a different land now. So they've been tried two ways. They've been tried on the promised land that was holy during that time because Yah was in the midst. And then they was tried in the land of their captives. The Father like to ask you, did they have any change on either or? So you're not dealing with the fact that somebody is bringing something in the midst of them. That's what we need to get over with right here And now, this is what he wants us to understand. It ain't that somebody's giving us and bringing it to our community. So they bring guns to our community, set there, and we don't have not one leader in heart to say, no, take these out. They're going to kill our people. These guns is here for us to kill each other. Why is it we have to blame the one that bringing the guns? Can the one that bringing guns be successful? It's those that no one is coming to destroy your community say no, then they can't use them, right? But because the weakness of doing what is unjust is so rooted in a people, this is why drugs got in. This is why guns got in. This is why alcohol got in. Everything got in because we didn't have nobody watching the gate. Because we were so busy destroying everybody within the gate, then watching the gate to make sure that we don't destroy them based on or by somebody on the other side of the gate that's bringing things in to destroy my community. I think it's big time, prophetess. I think we have a position to be held accountable. It's somewhere along the line. I already know that it's not going to work. They're not going to accept accountability. I already know that. But the Father said there are those that will and have. You see what I'm saying? Because I think that's one of the biggest issues. If we take our mind and our focus off of blaming everybody else and just start accepting and taking accountability for us wronging the one that created us. You see what I'm saying? We'll be okay. But that's where the problem is at. Is always having somebody to blame to keep us from what? Accepting accountability for what got us here and what we done to get here. You see? Always want to put it on the opposite instead of embracing it and accepting it and saying, okay, this is what happened. This is for, because they don't, it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like the whole prophecy of the curse is a lie because they're creating it to appear to be a lie. Because the more they blaming others, they get away from it. They get away with it. There's no accountability. As long as Deborah can always blame my children and my ex-husband, then I hold no liability, nor am I accountable for all my wrongdoings, all my wrong actions, and all my wrong speaking. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I see in the future, and as we continue to walk. And the future is not, y'all, I'm telling you something, it ain't years. It's right here before us. No accountability. Mm-hmm. That's right. The ones that sells the poison to our people. Because guess what they doing though? They're selling it to even their mothers, their sisters, their brothers. They'll sell it to their grandmother. They don't care. No, the sellers ain't going to ever take it. But somebody has to. And the sad part about it, we are a nation of people. Judah is a nation of people that is not going to take no, right today. There's no accountability at all. It's always blaming. Someone told me, check this out. Somebody is blaming somebody for music that they getting them individuals to sing. Why ain't they just being accountable? If God bless you with a sound in your mouth or your tongue, or he gave you a gift to sing, why do you have to sing for Satan? Huh? People get on this devil platform and they talk a bunch of crazy, sick mess just to get likes and subscribers, just to get fame, and don't realize what they're saying. If people are singing and they are blessed to sing. Why take your singing out of the anointed gift that Yah has given you to go sing for the devil, but then blame the white man? Does that make any sense? I don't get it. I do not get it. The white man didn't give you the gift nor the ability, but yet you blame him because he wants you to sing a certain way. When were you going to take the accountability that the gift was given to you? Do you think that individual, when he stand before y'all going to ask him, where's the white man who had you singing this, and this? No, he going to say, what you do with the talents I gave you. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And this is the same people that never, ever, ever took accountability and will not even to today, because their goal is to make sure that their people always got somebody they can blame, because it's better for them to even make videos showing someone else is the fault than to make videos owning that thing. Own that thing. Oh, no. That's too much like right. We got to see who we can blame. People's heart are so rooted in blaming others. Let me explain something, y'all. Y'all work, how would I say it? Really hard within yourself. Not hard within nobody else but yourself, in a spiritual repentance and asking the Father to just continue to walk on every side of you, especially in front of you, and him to give you the light that you may see into this darkness, because y'all, it is on out here. And I thought that before he get to the point where the chaos that the people were start at least trying to turn. I'm speaking of a lot of these people on this platform, but they're not going to. They ain't thinking about it. And I already know that they're not, based on the revelation he gave me in the last few days. But it's just the ideal of how can you continue to go on? And I know how, because this is a way that Yah has made, that you continue in this way. You see? Yes, baby. It is the wickedness of, wouldn't it be? So, because it's like saying, let's say, Sister Deborah, if I decided to dress like a man and try to be Bush, am I saying that right? And I go out here and do this, am I going to blame the gays, or the how would they call them, what they call them, dykes? Am I going to blame them because the way I want to dress? Does that make any sense? And that's what it has come down to. That's why people continuing in the ways that they are walking therein, is because they really believe that they're going to be able to survive, as they think. That they don't realize you're not surviving, baby, because the kingdom going to be waiting for you at the throne. Accountable. That's it. Very good. Deceiving oneself. That is perfect. Yeah, you're right. That is so true. And you know what? But you know what? You nailed that. But did you know that that's also the way Yah explained it to Ezekiel? What you're just saying is exactly way Yah was explaining it to in the book of Ezekiel. He was explaining to them that's exactly what they were doing in the promised land. They were placing themselves in situations to where they will be idled and up high. I'm telling you, if y'all read them three prophets, even Daniel, if y'all go read them, you'll say, well, wait a minute. Why would he send these prophets? And these prophets are saying these things. And this is not prophets that's in the land of the captivity, but they telling us what we did before we came to this land of our captives. And this is the way they conduct themselves. You are so right. It is so true. Okay, let me ask you a question. We're the highest. Where do you think that they think that the highest? Why do they want to be glorified? Because that's exactly what's going on today. Why do they want to be glorified in the highest? And then they and where they want to be glorified in the highest is amongst Satan. No, they're not gonna glorify the Most High, y'all. You're right. Because they want to be glorified. I sit back and see this on these devil platforms. People will not give people their heart. And when I say give them your heart, give people the truth, because they want what this platform has to offer them. And they will not turn away until they get everything that they feel that they are boosting themselves higher to get. That's why you think they chase all these platforms as far as subscribers and likes. That's why they find topics to speak on that they know that the people who are going to and fro, lost without a cause, likes those type of topics, and then they begin to cover those topics. But they're giving them things that's not going to enhance them in the days that come of understanding. When I was a little girl, okay, I missed that one. Really? Yeah. And you're right. And did you know it says that? It tells us we are our own worst enemy. Once we own that, y'all can move us higher. Y'all can move us higher. But we don't want that. We ain't gonna, we don't want to be up in his high. We want to be up in the world's high. You see? The Bible says we are our own worst enemy. He says that. But how can anybody else be as worse as we are to ourselves? But we don't see it like that. It's more, it's worse, because I just can't see anybody who would put something up on a video and let the world hear them be so stupid to say that the white people forced the black people to sing things that's bad, and the black people start ruining their community, singing things that's bad for their community. Where was I? Why is it? I'm gonna tell you what it. Y'all tell me if this do y'all what y'all think about this. It seems like we don't have any emotions. Not emotions. We don't have any. I call it give and gave, but we don't have no compassion for one another. We don't have no care and no affection or nothing as a people toward one another. Have y'all noticed that? Because it's like anybody can come and play against us as a people. Y'all notice that? Every time. That's how they get in. They play us against each other because we are a people that's known to conduct ourselves that way. That's what Ezekiel was talking about. That's what y'all was saying to Ezekiel. These people were like this in the promised land. So while you sitting here talking about the heathens, making them sing a certain way, no, baby, no. They sing in this way because they were doing the same stuff over in the promised land. Why ain't we still over there? That's another thing that we have not. How would I say it? We have not owned the fact that, wait a minute, y'all, wasn't we there? Didn't Joshua take us there? Yes, he did. Go back and read what went down, y'all. Blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. See? So I'm like saying, can we come over here? Because he said he dispersed Israel and Judah in the countries and in the land in which they conducted themselves. And I judged them. So it was a form of Yah's judgment to place us in Babylon, to place us in different countries or continents in this world on the four corners. It was Yah's will to do that. Accountability. Our wrongdoings accepting it and allowing it to happen. And once accepting drugs, we need to stop blaming others. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like say for me, let's use me again. If I get on drugs, why I'm going to blame the drug dealer? And then I get on it, and then I want my children to get on it because since I'm on it, but I'm going to blame the one that brought it in. No. When I stand before that throne, y'all ain't going to say, where's the drug dealer that sold that to you, baby? We got to bring him up next to you so I can get him for doing that. See, that's what we don't understand. Mom and daddy, sister and brother, husband and wife and children, grandma, granddaddy ain't going to be standing on the side of us come judgment. And y'all going to judge you. Not what everybody did. Y'all, let me explain something, y'all. Now listen to this and tell me, don't this make sense? Y'all told me, Deborah, when you stand before the throne, they don't even understand, not even Satan gonna be there. And he could have deceived them their whole life. Well, why ain't Satan standing up at the throne? It's his fault. Y'all, come on, make sense of it. It doesn't make sense. So I think the key word is accountability. I think that is. And I think the accountability starts with the disrespecting of the Most High Yah's holy name. This is what did it to me, y'all. And this was a couple of years ago. Now listen, let me tell you, what do y'all think of this here? Listen to what this says. I just want to see what y'all going to say. Oh, this is the wrong page. Listen to this, y'all. What do you think he mean when he said this? Honoring the Most High Yah and listening to while driving. Okay, going home. Okay. In Virginia. Okay, I got that one. Let me see. I think, no, I'm going to put the 2. Put that the second one. Okay. Now listen to this, y'all. Tell me, what do you think about this? And I know y'all might not have the answer, and it's okay. But I just want to I want to say something to you all. What had happened, y'all had approached Ezekiel out of like a fierce. And he told him, listen to this. Y'all, can any of y'all answer this? He said to Ezekiel, but I had pity for my holy name, which Israel had profaned among the heathens, whether they went. Why would the Creator have pity on his own name? What would you think about that? He said, Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 21. He said, I had pity for my holy name. And we think we got his name, y'all. When he said, I had pity for my holy name, you know what that told Sister Deborah? When we tell y'all something y'all do not know, that means we never knew his name, y'all. All this mouth that we run in our mouth with, we never knew his name. We never knew his name. We over here telling the heathens and the Gentiles and those that we were sent over here in ships. We know it ain't our land, but we come over to this land telling them they saying the wrong name. This is their land. This is who they call their God. Let them call their God who they want to call their God. You disrespect your God and got kicked out of his holy land. Now he's saying, when you did that, he said, but I had pity for my holy name. I don't get why people don't understand that. What is he talking about? He had pity. Yep, that is so true. That's why they don't want them to know it. You are so right. I agree with you. People just don't know Yah. That's why they do what they do. And they know of a Yah, but not the true and living Yah. I heard that. That could be true too. That could be true. We got to stop blaming others for our things. Ooh, it went all the way up. So much for that. I missed it. And the crowds of things regarding if it's us wrong, accountability. Now that's what I have heard all night long. Taking accountability. I think that's the key word tonight. Taking accountability. Standing before the throne is the best thing that would have ever happened to them. But off they go. Yep. Why? Because they're gonna be in the face of Yah. So that is something to think about, ain't it? Being able to stand in front of the throne is the best thing. You're right. Because that's a blessing to be able to stand before the mighty throne. Finally. And that's any and everybody. Phone is acting up. I didn't send. Okay, not a part of a program, but people, no compassion. Yeah, compassion is another word. It's sad because we conduct ourselves in unrighteous and wickedness and evil and sin. We overreach our. Yep. We doing everything the opposite that represents him. But you see what he's saying, though? He's sitting here saying, but I had pity on my holy name. Because nobody else wouldn't. On his own name. That's what bothered y'all. Y'all might not believe this. When I read that, I cried. I cried like a newborn baby. Because I was like, but Father, you had to have pity on your own name. And if it wasn't, like, I can read it here all day long. But I was under the ruach when I was reading it. And I just felt so sad for him. And you would think, well, why are you feeling sad for him? He created the heavens and the earth. And you too. It's just a sad feeling for me. It was. Never did have it. And all you have to do is go back to Genesis. We did reapproach upon his name. Oh yeah, he's going to do that. That's the whole end. That's the beauty of the end, that he's going to do that. And I like that, because see, when he said he was the beginning and the end, and then a lot of people say Alpha and Omega, and Sister Deborah always said he's everything in between. But the key was that, Deborah, I got a beginning, but you bet, girl, I got an end. And that's the beauty of it, that he got that. He's still the same one that he had at the beginning, but he got that end, y'all. He gonna up. Right. See what you're saying? We were supposed to be the light. Instead, we brought his name. His power is nothing. That's right. We messed up his name so bad till the world can't even see him. They can't even see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. Did you all understand that? Did you all know that the world had their own God, but they had respect for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God? Y'all didn't know that, did you? Yes. Yes. Because they saw him fight many battles for them. He saw him fight all David's army in his battle. He saw him with Moses. The world saw Moses, y'all. The world saw Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The world saw David. The world saw him. But Israel never behold him. The people of Yah never behold him. So he's saying, what I'm going to do, I nailed it, Deborah. I let them see the same people that I called by that name. Woo-wee. I called them by that name, Deborah. I called them a people to me, and I called them by that name. And the world shall see that I am, that I said I am. When did he say that? In the beginning. So this is where they're going to come up, and they're going to realize it's the same. This is one thing I think is so sweet, y'all. They're going to see him for who he is and who he was. And who was that? It's the Yah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the true Yah. I think that is so beautiful. That, and did you know that's what he's saying, sister? When you go back in it and you start reading all that over and seeing it, you're gonna say, wait a minute, Deborah was right. He's talking to these heathens like a bit. You blow your mind. You'll say, well, what's the deal? That's what made me so fierce. It's, I don't know, what's this relationship with you and these heathens and these nations and the Gentiles shall know. What is all that? We lost. I was lost. Totally. I wanted to know who they were. And they were a people that he has nailed to show a difference in the days to come. They're going to see him. They're going to see his name glorified when he glorified himself in Israel. Isn't that beautiful? All keys. Let his will be done. Yes. Yeah, they did. Josh was battling a lot of battles for that promised land coming in. Y'all was knocking them out, giving them that land. You see, David, all David did was war, winning all the battles. Who y'all think was fighting him? Do you really think that was David and his army? No, that was John's right hand. That was right, John right hand who knocked that giant down. Y'all better recognize. See, this is what I'm saying. All that he should have gotten was so much glory. He should have been magnified by Israel and Judah. But he got nothing from those people. Now, as long as Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Solomon, Moses, all them, they was in there. But when it came down and they all left, hey, there was a people that he called by that name. And they didn't give a rat's behind about his name. Oh, no. And someone said it earlier. The reason why, the reason why they refuse to put the true person behind the character is because they want the high. They want the high, y'all. They want the subscribers and likes. Did you all know if the people on these devil platforms that says that they are rulers, kings, and leaders, and they are the most high Yah's elect, and if they would have put him where he should have been on these platforms, do you know that will be a form of glorifying him, showing the world? Because this platform is shown all over the world. Come on now, talk to me. See, y'all don't really get it. I know y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get what Sister Deborah is saying. What I'm trying to say to y'all, if they took this platform and did anything that would glorify Yah on it, why? Because the whole world is watching. Instead, they glorifying themselves with likes and subscribers and praise, and they getting the glory. How do you think they getting likes? How do you think they getting subscribers? You think they telling you spirit and truth? You think they giving you the light? No, they giving you the opposite. They're not going to give nobody, and not especially the Most High Yah. They ain't going to edify him on these platforms. They ain't going to glorify him. They ain't going to glorify his name. For what? It'll erase their likes. It'll erase their subscribers. It'll erase their little check they get and the support that they get. So they ain't finna go that route. And y'all don't even get it. This is why they ain't talking. They sold out. Yah is coming to prove that he is Yah. That's what he said. Hallelujah. Yes. All praise to the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. Yes, it'll be beautiful. Because I think everybody gonna see that. And that's why I said to y'all, if you ever get on a platform or if you decide to go out and become a minister, whatever you go out to become, or you not just become, and Yah have birthed it in you, let me tell you something. You make sure you let him be the first out your mouth and the last. You make sure that you are saying that which glorify him when you start talking, and that which glorify him when you stop talking. Let him be the beginning of that conversation and the end. Don't give nobody no glory nowhere else in between. No, not even yourself. Get to know the Creator in the Old Testament. That's good. It was real. There would be no denying who he is. That's right. It won't be no denying, because that power going to pull up on their butts. I am giving glory and honor and praise where it is due. And did you all, now listen to this. Now I'm going to show y'all something, how they messed with the minds of everybody. Watch this. I'm sitting here trying to figure out who these heathens and these Gentiles and these other nations who going to know who you are. And they going to know that you are the I am. Wait a minute. Hold up. What about your name? Judah said everybody is saying your name wrong. Everybody, why ain't they going to have to know your name? He ain't saying they're going to know his name. He said they're going to know who he is. They're going to glorify his holy name. You think they're going to know his name? No. That's why y'all don't understand. That's not the name. Sister Deborah said, that's not the name he's talking about, y'all. I'm sorry y'all thought it was. See, that's why I tell y'all this thing is spiritual. That's why a lot of them right now, a lot of these Hebrew Israelite people who started on YouTube, you should see them. They all gone. I wonder, did they caught? No, they wanted to tell another lie to something. That's had to be what it is. I think they really also found out a lot of things they were saying was a lie. I do believe that. And then they turned another route. I do believe that. No, they ain't gonna deny that power. But I liked it. I said, Father, and what is this thing they going with you and the heathen and this word I am? Why is it they gonna glorify you as I am? What's the deal with the name? See, because we thinking the name is what we say. I think the name is so spiritual, is what is in us. I'm gonna be truthful. That's how I always saw it. He told me you can address me with a higher. That means I am. You see, he told me I can address him like that. That's why this is one prophetess. She used to tell people, that's not his name. Sit down, clown. Get on away from here. You don't tell me how to address him when he already told me in the closet, in the spirit secret place, what I could say. And then I'm going to come up and listen to the flesh of a woman tell me what it is and what it ain't. Sit down. Too much clowning, y'all. They clown too much. It's a great deal to do with them taking the glory for themselves. That's what these platforms is built up on. That's why they won't tell you nothing that's connected to him. That's why you don't hear them glorifying him. You know, and then they keep switching they title or who they are. They keep switching the name because they're trying to get the name to match what they want to switch up to. So that's why they keep changing their name. His name is a function. Oh, now see, that makes sense though. It carries action and power behind it. Don't that make sense? Because if you even listen to it, I'm like saying, well, what are you saying? They're gonna know that I am. I'm like, that does say I am that I am. That sounds like something that carry power, some sort of action. That makes sense, don't it? It makes a lot of sense. And I said, well, okay, Father, you ain't saying that the Gentiles gonna know your name. You ain't saying that the heathens gonna know your name. You ain't saying that all the nations gonna know your name. You said they gonna know that you are Ahaya. Now, what's going on with that? So why is it that the Hebrews wanting us to master the name in which they say that it is? It don't make sense, y'all. It don't make sense. That's why I told y'all, I'm just not one to go with the feast days, the gatherings, the feast days, the gatherings, the calendar events because they are worldly. The Father showed me, see, Deborah, and y'all, did y'all know it's in this instruction book? And when the Ruach pull up with it, he said, see, I ain't got nothing to do with they feast days and they Sabbath days either, Deborah. Because see, if you don't have, how can you have a Sabbath day and don't know who the Sabbath is consisted of or who it is? It's just like me saying, okay, I'll give you another example. It's like the Muslim have a Sabbath day and they worshiping Muhammad, or Buddha having Sabbath but worshiping Buddha. You get what I'm saying? When Hebrew Israelites don't understand, that's what they're doing. They don't even understand who he was talking to in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. How dare we not understand by now? And now that he gave me the revelation, they never will understand it. See, I didn't know that though. I used to hoop and holler and try to figure out why is it they not getting it, Father? Why ain't they understand? He said amen for them too. Because they've been into so much dirt that it's no need to cleaning them up now. He said, I see them on the other side. Shalom, shalom. A present. Yeah, I think so too. It ain't gonna be explained. I really do. I don't think it's gonna be. And it ain't gonna be able to be explained. I think we're going there anyway. I really do. I like that. I like that, prophetess. Function and power behind his name. It got to be something. The function, knowing the function and the power behind that name. It got to be. You have to know it. It's got to be something to it. Because listen to what he said in Ezekiel 36. I had pity for my holy name. You see what I'm saying? That don't sound like just like we run around here saying Yahuwah or Yah or Ahaya or Yahuwah, Yahshua, we're saying all that, but it don't seem like it's anything behind it. So when I'm listening to him say it, but I had pity on my holy name. And the reason why I can salute the fact that it makes a lot of sense for function and power, because he said when he bring Israel and Judah home to the promised land, they then shall see his glory. And they shall see what it said. They shall magnify his name. That's actions. That is some sort of function, like you're talking about. It's something behind it. It's just not something that you can just walk around and say his name is this, his name is that. You see what I'm saying? So it's something to really think about, because when he said that, I was just hurt in my heart. That hurted my heart, child. That hurted me for him to say that. So I wanted to not believe. Oh, that's something the Roman Catholic put in there. The Father told me, no, it's not, Deborah. That's real. I had pity on my name. You know what, Deborah? I gave them that name. I let them walk on this earth thousands of years under my name. And they brought no glory, no honor, no praise to this name that I found them under. I put them under my holy name. And I let the world know them to be under my name. And they brought nothing to my name but distress, hurt, pain, heartache, wicked and evil. to my holy name. So the only one that's going to have the pity is me on that holy name, because I put them under that holy name. And they put it under, they profaned it and they dishonored it. And I let them live all those thousands of years under my name. Okay. Hey, he says that the church, when Peter walked on water, did Yah walk with him on the water? Anybody want to answer that? Okay. My function in their as their mother. Okay. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. But yeah, you said something else about that. You said something about the power. Okay, that was about the name of the Father. It has function and power. But you're saying as an example of a mother and your child calling you mom, I'm not going to answer because somebody out on the streets that calls me mom, answer. Would you say if they said mom, I not going to answer, because with my children say mom, my function is their mom. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. That makes sense. Praise to the Most High Yah. Okay, we talked about, let me see. Okay, about Peter on water. First and foremost, Peter, the father was not present before. That was the Son of Man. The Son of Man was present before Peter when he was walking. You have to also understand, I believe that something that many of us do not know. I think that you also have to put it in a form of spirit. Okay. And that is Peter's faith was being tested. And at that time, it was like water, him walking on water. Okay. But once it was like he was walking in his faith, but fear came upon his faith and he began to sink. So it was deeper than a natural thing that y'all want us to see through the sign and miracle of Yeshua. It was deeper than the natural. You have to take a situation like that that's appear as they want us to understand it in their natural. You have to bring it on over to the spirit realm and break it down in the spirit realm. There was one of the apostles wanting to step out to meet Yeshua where he was. And what he was saying is, I want to have the faith that you have. Okay. And he went on to feeling that in his spirit. I want to walk on the faith that is in you, that I hope that is in me. Okay. So he was testing his own faith in hoping that he had the same faith that he saw Yeshua walking on water in. But what he learned that is that he didn't have the faith that Yeshua had walking on the water, and he began to sink in the water. So it was an example for you and I to understand how without faith We're going to sink every chance. See, so when a lot of times when you asking about faith, or you asking about an example in the Bible, a lot of times you have to bring it through the spiritual realm and then take it back to the natural so that you can understand it in the spirit realm. Because first and foremost, I don't care, whenever you read this instructions and direction book, you got to bring this bad boy to the spirit realm every chance you get. And once you can take it to the spirit realm where the Ruach is going to teach you it, guess what? You're bound to get it victorious in the fullness of its understanding. He is there everywhere. His power. Exactly. That is so true. No, Peter wouldn't have never went out. He thought he was going to match up with Yeshua. Wasn't Yeshua out there already walking on the water? And Peter come out trying to match with him. I'm telling y'all, that's showing us that faith is a gift from Yah. You can't just go out here walking on faith. You got to have the faith of Yah. And Peter didn't have that faith, but he wanted to walk on that faith that Yeshua was walking on, because he figured if you can walk on it, surely I can walk on it. That's telling us, you, me, and everybody else, faith is a gift from Yah. It is a brand of Yah. You can't walk on no water without it. And I'm not saying literally, I think I'm saying it right, walking on water, but I'm saying you have to take his example in a way that you have to bring it right back to the spiritual realm, because what Yeshua was doing wasn't natural, y'all. That was spirit. Okay. When he was walking on that water, Peter was coming out. Peter was trying to walk on it in the natural because he wanted to line up with with Yeshua being able to do it. So he figured his faith was just at the level that Yeshua, and he didn't have none at all. He didn't have none at all because it wasn't given to him at that time. And that's why he went down. And it really wasn't because of Peter. It was for us. And that's another thing I think is kind of sad, because a lot of things that we should be looking into and seeing how much of the grace and mercy that Yah really poured out for us, so we can use it and see how it can help us in this walk that we're in. Oh, you meant Christ. Okay, then. Got you. Yeah, they believe he was walking. They don't get it. Okay, flip that bad boy. Y'all say everything gets done in twos. Everything done in twos. You have to place it in the spirit realm. That's what parables were when he said, remember, he was giving them parables and giving the multitude, giving the multitude parables, but giving the disciples the word. That's how it is. We have to take the fact that was, you can say it was a miracle in a sense of what was going on because the presence of Yeshua. You see what I'm saying? But was it a miracle? What miracle? What could we get out of that as far as a miracle outside of letting us understand Yah's faith? It's like, don't go out into something thinking you got faith that you don't have. See, he was looking at what he saw Yeshua was what Yeshua was doing. So he was trying to match up with Yeshua. I want to walk on the water like you. How you gonna walk on the water like I am and you don't have what I have? That's right. Without faith, it's impossible. That's wrong. But you know what? You can't get people to believe that. You cannot believe it. They don't believe it. That's why I try to tell people, y'all, this is a brand that he brand his people in. Did you know he's not going to let the Gentiles be grafted in without faith? They coming in through belief and faith. That's how they were grafted in, through belief and faith. Where did that faith come from? The brand of the Father. The same one came down, coming back. Those were the one grafted in, the one that was grafted out. The one that was grafted out is the one that's grafted in. And that's why you know that heavens had already orchestrated it. That's why I tell y'all, you be careful and listening to people talking about all nationalities and different people and everything. You be careful, because y'all know who he is. We don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a spiritual faith. Exactly. See, the Gentiles ain't coming in through righteous. They're not coming in through fear. They're coming in through belief and faith. Faith going, you throw out a fishing pole and you got a worm in it. You're hoping to catch something. But faith, you're going to catch something, because faith is the one that threw the worm out that's on the hook anyway. And faith never fails. Never, ever, ever fails. It's going to pull up what it throws out to get. Because the one that which he threw out is what he's going to wheel back in. He is that got faith. No, you're sure. You're right. He wasn't a musician. You're right. You're right. Because that's witchcraft. If you really, so no, he wasn't that. Right. He couldn't do anything that he's holding. And that's why he was so into trying to get to understand. He said, all these signs and wonders that I do is of my Father. He was trying to get us to understand that right hand power of Yah. And we still miss Yah. So I can understand him when he said, but I had pity on my holy name. I felt sad that his name that carried great power and authority, you see what I'm saying, had to have pity. He had to have pity on his own name because nobody else would. And he's really saying, because of the way that we did his name, profaned it and polluted it, as if it wouldn't mount to be anything on the earth. That's what we did, y'all. Yeah. Give all praise to the Most High Yah. Who is that clown you used to listen to? Who is that clown you talking about? That you used to listen to? Listen to that clown a couple of Yes, he is amazing. He's worthy to be praised, y'all. Glorified and magnified. Oh, yes, he is, y'all. Oh, yeah, faith can bring you in, honey, baby. Let me tell you, faith will bring you in. It's not the faith of your faith of the flesh. It's the faith of the spirit. Once you branded in your spirit with faith, oh, you pulling in, honey. You pulling in. You pulling in. Yeah, I think it's sad. Let me read the whole verse. I think it's sad. Let me read the whole verse. You don't think it's sad? Let me read the whole verse. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 21. He's telling Ezekiel, but I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathens, whether they went. That means everywhere Israel went that was dispersed, they profaned his name. And he had pity on his own name. because they profaned it in the midst of the heathens. Because don't forget, in the midst of a people who already had their God. You see? So what did they do? They kicked their God to the curve, and they joined in a sense, the other God. So remember, okay, y'all done did something. Y'all done did something wrong now, y'all. Father, y'all, I know it's time to get up and it's time to get out. I know what time it is. Now listen to what you just did. Now you had me to look in here and I wasn't planning on looking. But let me explain something to y'all. Let's go there. Y'all finna find out something tonight that you didn't know either. As we continue in here, because the question was, Yah saying he had pity on his holy name is the saddest part of the scripture. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, baby. It is. And when you sit down in a quiet spot and you read that, just read it, it'll hurt you. Because you got to understand, who is this saying they had pity on this holy name? The Creator. This wasn't Yeshua, y'all. This wasn't Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This wasn't David. This wasn't Moses. This was the Creator himself having pity on his own name. But I didn't read all of it, and I thought you were saying, is that the saddest? It is the saddest part of that scripture. But let me explain something to you. When I looked in there, and I didn't want to, y'all notice that I only said part of that verse. But when I said it over to try to say something regarding the pity of his holy name, I end up seeing something different. Let me show you. In Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 21, but I had pity for my holy name, which Israel had profaned among the heathens, whether they went. Let me tell y'all something. That's a revelation right there before y'all face. Who can tell me what's there? Can you see what's in there, y'all? Can y'all see what's in verse 21? Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 21. Can you see what's in there? I know you can. That's why I'm asking. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah. Oh, the husband and wife cloud. You're so crazy. I be loving your little cloud. I ain't never seen it before. I'm serious. I be seeing that cloud you be putting up there. That's a good one. Yeah. Okay, good. You see that word? Oh, no, you didn't go there. No, you did not go there. You sure took that, didn't you? Where you been? You been getting good here. And it says, whether they went. Do you know what that means? Let me explain something to y'all. Now, we need to kind of understand what's actually happening. Whether they went, they profaned his name. Yes. Watch this here. They profaned his name to the whole world. Yes, they did. But let me explain something else to you. And even to the heathens, they feared in him. Okay, now listen to what they say. Now profane his name among the heathens everywhere they went. I'm loving this because y'all nailing the fact that everywhere they went, right? This is what they did. So can somebody answer me? Where did the Hebrew Israelites get this mess about? They didn't want them, they didn't want them to learn to read. They didn't want them to know nothing. What is this thing about Hebrew Israelites being scattered all over and coming to the land of their captives, not having the ability to have a Bible and read? What difference does it make if you had a Bible or not? You had already profaned his name when you knew his name. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So see how they put it on the heathens and Gentiles? Oh, they didn't want us to read. They took our Bibles. They said this, and they didn't let us read. They didn't give us to do that. But Yah is showing you right here, Deborah, that's a lie. They profaned my name before they even knew anything. Out of the mouth of any heathens, they had already dishonored me, polluted my name, and profaned my name the moment they got here. Y'all don't get it, do you? So how are we making it so bad by saying they didn't allow us to read and they wouldn't give us a Bible? Y'all saying y'all profane my holy name. Whether they went, every place they were scattered, they stood up in the people's face, toe to toe, and profaned Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah before the face of the heathens and the nations and the Gentiles. Judah especially profaned his holy name. So what problem did you have in slavery where they didn't let you read? You didn't have a Bible. They took the books, the Bibles away, and you couldn't read. You came over here disrespecting Yah. You came over here profaning his name. You came over here polluting his name. So what was you looking for? Y'all just showed up and showed out and used those heathens and Gentiles, them Europeans and all these different nations to cut your tail up. Because you right today still deny the fact that you profaned his name from the get-go. It wasn't that they didn't give you Bibles. It wasn't that they didn't let you read. Y'all say, Deborah, listen to what he says. But I had pity on my holy name, Deborah, which the Israel had profaned among the heathens. That means they got among someone that had a different God. Woo-wee! I thought you said the Gentiles gave you their God. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't see that. Okay, now, okay. Father told me to get off of it. Now look here. Now I'm getting angry. Now, y'all, I'm heated. I'm getting real hot up in here. Because I'm seeing something that I never saw before. Wait a minute. Let me throw this jacket over here. Wait a minute, y'all. Now, y'all got to get this before the night's out. Watch this here. Now, what he's explaining is this, y'all. When they got to the land of their captives, they went toe to toe with their captives. Now, their captives already got their God. Why did Judah profane his God? Why did he pollute Yah's name in front of them? Huh? Why? It didn't have nothing to do with a Bible. It didn't have nothing to do with the lost books. It didn't have nothing to do with Enoch, Apocalypse, and all these other books or whatever they have. It didn't have nothing to do with none of them books, y'all, that they took out. It didn't have nothing to do with them not reading. Y'all don't get it, do you? The Yah is sitting here showing y'all that they did this to me before anything took place. So they weren't looking for Yah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They stood, and the heathen, the Father wants y'all to know the reason why he's turning his face to the heathens is because the heathen never went up against Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. But Judah did. That's what they're doing today. He said Judah did that. What happened to all them lies, y'all? Why did they lie and teach throughout in the last 7 to 10 years, 15 years, that those heathens and Gentiles, they took our Bible. They didn't want you to know your history. They took this out of the Bible. They took this chapter out. They took this chapter out. By God, he says that you polluted his holy name. You profaned his holy name. You took him out before you even got in to a book. You did it before the heathens. The problem Yah has is the heathen has their God. What Yah is saying is, this is what he's saying. Okay, let's say it this here. Yah is saying This is Israel and Judah. And we're going to say Judah. And this is the heathens. Well, now Judah is coming off the boat and he going before the heathens on the four corners. He said that Judah went below he went toe to toe to the heathens and disgrace, profane Yah's holy name. So that caused the heathens to do what? To think and feel that their God is better now than Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. Because what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's seeds came over and they polluted and profaned Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. Now we know that our God is the true God. So y'all say, I'm going to take this nasty thing right here. It's nasty and no good thing right here. Run around here today in the year 2023, talking about we the true Jews, we the people, we the this and we the that, Deborah. They profane my name and still profaning my name in the 2024. I'm going to take this nasty thing here. Because this God, these people here, they think it's about their God. Because this Judah, the people profane him, disgrace him. Right, he said, right where? In the face of the heathens. But I'm going to take this nasty thing and clean it up and show my glory in this nasty thing. And then you'll know that I am. He's got to clean his own name up with Judah and Israel have profaned, smeared. But y'all said you all been wrong when you all sit and say that they took everything out of the Bible. They took this out, took this. They want you to know your history. That's what the Gentile, that's what Judah and them do. The Hebrew Israelite, oh, they took that out of your book, so you won't know your history. You won't know this and you won't know that. Well, let me tell you one thing. Now that we know that you was the fault of it all. Y'all said just like that drug dealer, I told you to bring that drug into the community. Y'all said you profane his name. They didn't. They didn't have nothing to do or be against your God. They knew that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was the powerful God. They knew that, but they just had their own God. He said, why did you come into their land and profane my name in their face? And then run around and give a whole new testimony in this day and time. Talking about we the people, we the way, and we the true Jews, we the people of the Most High Yah. That's why I told y'all. When they running around here talking about, oh, they got our land, that's our land, and we own this, and you want sit your tail down and hope that you are the one he's getting up out of here to show his glory. Because I'm going to tell you something. These lies that's going around and still going around, it ain't going to get too far. So I don't know if y'all got that. Don't forget now, the way the Hebrew Israelite has taught in the last 20, 25 years on this devil platform, and they still doing it, is that these heathens and Gentiles on this side, they done so much to us. They done took our God from us. Do y'all understand that's what they're saying? That's what they've been saying. They didn't stop us from knowing our God for who he is. They didn't took our Bibles. They didn't took verses out. They didn't did this to us. They didn't did this to us. And we the people, that's why they doing that to us today. And the Father says, see how they lied? See them 2 videos I threw up? He said they've been lying. Here it is telling you. That wasn't the heathens profaning Yah's name. That wasn't the heathens polluting Yah's name. That was Judah. What part of that y'all don't get? And Judah did it way before any Bible, them not reading. And I used to, at the question I asked in my 30s was, why didn't they have a relationship with you? If they was on that type of ship, the chain down, and using the bathroom and what they was on. Why didn't they call on you? Why didn't they say something? I said, Father, they had hymns. They had songs that can connect to you. You know why he said they didn't? Because they was as ugly on the ship as they were when they landed. And they are today. See, y'all thinking our people all that answer. So today, remember I telling y'all I was out and I couldn't understand why was I looking and watching all these brothers, and why was y'all showing me this? He was showing me, see, Deborah, this is Judah. This is Judah. Pants all the way down to the ground. This is Judah. You, no matter where you go, any woman that walk around with me and your son and anybody walking around, I'm gonna tell you what I did to mine. I told my son, a couple of them, pull your pants up, and I mean that. And believe it or not, I want it up like it should be. There's no hang like everybody else, but I don't like the idea you got a belt and you need to pull them pants all the way up. Mama, mama, no, mama, mama, nothing. This how bad it looks. You want to drop your pants? I'm going to drop mine too. Now what? They start looking silly. Mama, don't do that. You embarrass her. Mama, you darn right. I'm going to embarrass your tail. I'm going to show you what it's like. They had a fit, y'all. Mama, don't do that. What's wrong with you? No. You want to drop your pants? I'm going to show you what it look like. I'm going to drop mine too. Come on, let's rumble. They didn't think I would do nothing like that, but I don't care. I'm going to show you how stupid you look if I have to show it to you. Oh, they had a fit. They wasn't laughing either. They were mad. Oh, you want to do it, huh? But the truth be told is, he's showing me that no matter what, don't feel that because I've given you the revelation that it's going to change or you're going to see it different. So somewhere in me, I guess he figured that, okay, you must thinking it's going to get better. Don't you think that? So he began to let me see them because I went, and yeah, you know what else? This is what it said to me. It says, have you noticed from the North County to the South County how different it is? I said, Father, I always noticed the difference, but today just really did it. It's a total different atmosphere, y'all. Have y'all ain't even never noticed that? You ain't never noticed when you go around your own people, the atmosphere, versus when you go around people that's the majority of another race. Some of your people is in there, but it's a total different atmosphere. This is what y'all want us to see, that this thing is real. And the way, and I'm like saying, why is this whole world going to hate us? For what? How you gonna get to hate us? Because they already there, y'all. They already there. We are not doing anything. We thinking, oh, we got rappers and singers. Why are we including them? Y'all is not caught up in them. They have pretty much sold themselves out. And I wouldn't blame no one on this earth as heathens and Gentiles and white people be the cause of our black people, our black men and women out here cursing, saying all these horrible things about their own nation, doing all these horrible things in this rapping and it's why are we blaming the white man for that? Oh, because he giving him a few pennies to act a fool. So that's how easy it is for the devil to get us. Yes, it is, and we want to justify it. Oh, the white people, they the one got us doing that. And the Father's showing you right here. Right here. Let me see something. He's showing you right here that it didn't take the heathens or Gentiles on any nation to cause us to profane his name, his holy name. So what are we talking about? Somebody, can y'all answer that? Why isn't it? It didn't take nobody. It didn't take no one to cause us to profane his holy name. So why are we using every excuse to get our nation off of the way that they are and blaming it because the white man or the heathens and the Gentiles? That's that accountability. that the Father said, don't even look for it, because they're not gonna they're gonna always refuse to take accountability. That's why he said for so many 400 years they wouldn't take accountability of taking care of their children. That's why that he says that thing is real. He says really than what we can even imagine. Okay, now this is it again, y'all. In Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 9. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 9. But I won't, for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted before the heathens, among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. Okay, so what he was saying is, walk for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted before the heathens, among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of. So he said they've been doing it for the longest, y'all. So it's over with. It ain't gonna change, y'all. That's just it. It ain't gonna change. He said they ain't going nowhere. Oh no, the pants. See what the pants. You said I feel you don't like seeing pants down. Let me explain that. Hanging his pants. Okay, let me explain to the pants. Okay, the seeing the pants down. This is where the pants hanging down is a it's just like, I'm gonna set an example. Everything on this earth is controlled. And we are the only people that's easy to be manipulated to believe anything that they tell us, because we are there. Y'all said we've been there. It ain't because we come here just believing them, because we've been oppressed. He said, no, we are that wicked. Now, why would you expect anybody expect this world to respect our men if they're walking around with their pants down? Why would we feel that we entitled to any respect if we walking around with our pants down? Let me show you another example. What the Father was showing me today is how gone Judith has been for a long time. And he was showing me the pants down, Deborah. Something you have learned to accept, to the point it become normal. And we, even as women, we make stuff normal because it suits the ways of our men. If you knew the story behind sagging pants, and if you knew that, how are you going to keep a Sabbath day? How are you going to represent a creator with your pants down? Who created a people to have their men sagging pants down? Come on now, y'all. Who created their minds to do something like that? Themselves. This is a people that don't see nothing. Let me say another example. When I was a teenager, I had picked up this flyer, and it had said that there's going to be a gang war of the Crips and the Blood in our community. I was shocked and was wondering who could have made that flyer. Then I went somewhere else, and it was here. It was there. It was all over. I heard the north side. Someone had got them into the north side, and was starting a Crip and Blood gang war. And as I was looking at it, I was a young person, y'all. I was young. I was like, now, this is a professional flyer. This ain't a drive-by flyer, a flyer that some a Crip or a Blood or some I used to say black person printed up. Very professional flyer. There are who have seen us for who we are, as Yah knows who we are. They see us for who we are. They see us as less as human because we denied our creator, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah. So they don't see us as anything human because the way we conduct ourselves. We lied about the ships coming in the way that they done us. They done everything that they done to us. But either they done us that way, and this book is lying, and Yah is lying, because he brought that to my attention when he said he had pity on his holy name because of what Judah had done and Israel in front of, once they met the heathens and Gentiles. This is what they did. They profaned his holy name. So how are we going to say that it's their fault because we denied our God? Huh? We profaned and polluted his name. It's their fault. They upheld their God. So all that was a lie, because it's verses in here showing us. But then when the Ruach come and show you, they see this is what they were doing here in where they were scattered. They were doing this against me. But Deborah, they were like this in the promised land. That's why I got them out. That's what you call taking accountability, which I think our males nor females have done, because we make it okay for everything. And let me tell you another thing that don't look right. We have took on that our nation and our natural, I'm going to show you how weak we are as a people. And I learned this here a while back, y'all, probably 10 years ago. They tell us how we do our hair. They tell us what our hair is consist of. We go into a beauty supply and you see products all over the place. Talking about, I need to moisturize my hair. I need to do this. I need to add this. I need to add this. They make this shampoo. They make this. They ain't caught up with your nasty hair. They ain't invented nothing for you, but showing that you are foolish to believe that all these products are good for your hair. Gone. Gone. Everything on the market is looked at to be about our hair. And it don't have anything to do with our hair. It's due to them making money, making us out of fools. And that's how crazy we are to believe that they got the right product for our hair when they don't even like to look at our heads, let no one make products for it. But I see them booming up, these beauty salons or beauty supply houses are booming up greatly after us. Now they used to be like in the malls in some place in certain areas. Now they come and sit in they organization, they store right in the center of our community. Make money off of us. Big time. You gonna tell me it's something wrong with us? There's something wrong with us. Because anytime you think people have learned your hair enough to tell you, oh, you need moisturizer, you need a lot of conditioners, you need this leave-on condition, you need a lot of more. When my hair needs a lot, it's so dry, it needs so much moisturize. They got you messed up from the floor because you came here messed up. I'm gonna show you another thing they did. They told women, they say, your natural hair. All of a sudden, Negroes now because caught up in this natural. They want to get their hair natural. Ain't nothing wrong with being your hair. Well, why do somebody have to tell you to wear your hair natural? Because you still control. You control if you wear it natural, and you control if you wear it perm. You see, it doesn't matter. You still controlled. Let me tell you why. Because when you control natural, they done created so many different products for Black women that's wearing their natural hair. And they so darn ignorant that these people that created this put all this chemical and all this stuff in it just to make you look like a fool, that you need all this conditioner and this moisturizer, you need this and you need that. But wait a minute, baby, 20 years you didn't have it. So what in the rest behind are y'all doing? It don't make, I know what you're doing now because the Father gave me the revelation. You cuckoo clock. They got men and women wake up without even doing anything to their hair. And they go out in public like that. Distressing. I think it's very distressing. I think it is. When people run around here, majority of the to me, the majority of the locks, the dreadlocks, look like a mop. It look like a mop head. I don't care what y'all say. Say what you want. Look like a mop head. And they want you to think that's your history. They want you to think that's how your hair is supposed to be. They want you to think that's how you're supposed to look. You look as beautiful as you want to look without trying to look like somebody trying to tell you to look. Oh, you supposed, this is how they look back in your in the Hebrew days, or this is the way your natural hair is supposed to be. This is the way your natural hair, word natural. And guess what I found out? This was my own study. This is my own study. The majority of these Negro men, they are against women wearing their natural hair. They are against women wearing their natural hair. That's the game they play. And I'm like listening to them doing the interview, and I'm saying, wait a minute, but y'all always said that y'all wanted to. Now they run their stupid tail out here because somebody told him this is how you used to look back in the Hebrew days. You little stupid fool. You little stupid fools. Y'all need to go and check out them women's hair back then. Their heads was not looking like these heads today. Their dreads was not looking like the dreads of today. But this is the way the world sells a cuckoo clock to believe any and everything. There are people with this style where you get up and your hair is all over the place. That's not appropriate. Yes, that's your hair. But you have to have a sight to see what that look like. You don't have to look like the heathens and Gentiles. There's no way your hair can be like the heathens and Gentiles. And all these people around here talking about perms and this and that. Baby, it's no way we would get to be our hair to look like the heathens and Gentiles. That's just a thing to control you, to get you to go natural so they can even sell other products to you to make you think this. These women told me, they said, one had been doing it for 15 years and one had been doing it for 10. You know what they said? They said, if you only knew, ma'am, how much money I have paid to do my natural hair. They said it costs a lot of money to take care of their natural hair. But who told you that? Your own nation tell your stupid tell that because the people that's selling it tell you. So you run. That's why I was telling y'all about the drugs. The same way about the drugs in the community. They can sell us the easy pitch. 16 years old, I think I was, when they brought that flyer in the community. But when I looked at the flyer, guess what I knew? This didn't come from nobody melanated. This didn't come from a black person. Some white person put this in the community to start a racial riot. So when I went to church that following Sunday, it was all in the church. And then the pastor preached that same thing I said. They placed this flyer in our community. That's how easy it is for them to taint us. They can taint us real easy, y'all. With a blink of an eye, they can taint us. And this one that had her hair 15, and the one that had been wearing her natural for 10 years, nice and thick and full. And what she said, but both of them had said that this one at the same time, they was just saying that it cost so much money for them to maintain their hair. And one said if she calculate hers within a year, she spent extremely too much money. Because these beauty supply house, even Walmart or anywhere you go, they're telling you, you got to moisturize, you got to keep it like this, you got to add this oil, you got to shampoo it this way, you got to condition it, buy this other condition, put this leave-on condition, all this old mess. They didn't train your minds because your mind is gone. I don't listen to nobody. I do me. What I feel makes me feel good. I don't go out buying all that stuff that people buy. People ask me, who did your hair? I say, I did it. And I refer them to this black supply house that has this. And I put it in here because that's what I like. You think this going to stop me from getting in the kingdom? Use a fool, and you're going to live a fool and die one. You think my earrings going to stop me from getting in the kingdom? Come on now. Before there was this hair, before this was this earring, I was in the heavens, a sign. And I bet he knew that I would have this day and these earrings, and he didn't stop me from being in the Lamb Book of Life. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't really, people don't use, it's just like they gone. It's gone. I sit back and see people even wearing their dress. Let me tell y'all something. I got a 6'3" son. Let me show it to y'all. I'm gonna show y'all a picture. Now, this is why I said this. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I had teenagers, and they wanted to start wearing their hair in dreads, right? And I start both of their dreads for them. And when Charles Jr., when he got to the point where his dreads were really long, and let me tell y'all something. I tell him over and over, stop letting people put their hands in your head. Everybody always wanted to put their hands in his head. His dreads were so, woo, they was just popping. And it got to the point where he had them, probably about down to here. Where my hand at? About down to here, where my arm is at. And I started them, I think he was like 15. But when he got to like 16 or 17, his dreads were so long, and he maintenance them dreads. He washed them. He kept twisting them. He did his dreads up to where everywhere he go, people say, is that real? Yes, they were. It was his real hair that he maintained. If that brother come out here like these people wear they dress today, I'll beat his tail. Because you don't need to look like you crazy. And a lot of people got this wearing these dreadlocks, and they all over the place, and they look so harsh and look so horrible. And I'm saying that because everything don't have to look like that, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. Everything, you don't have to go out into the world looking like a wild animal. And that's what our people do. We want to get we even hear these heathens and Gentiles, they wearing this purple, blue, and now we just going crazy with it. All kind of colors. We don't have to go out like that, but somewhere in our mental state of mind, let them do it. But we now, come on now, make it look real. Like make yourself look decent. So here he was, 17, and I'm going to show you. His name is Charles Jr. And I don't know if you can see his dreads. I think he was 16 or 17. I don't know if you can see it. You can really see it on the picture, but it's It's no way he would go to school and look like these people now sending their babies, y'all. They sending their baby. Here, can you see it? And when before his was always a job, he got this job, and they told him that he couldn't have those dreads. At that time, it was about down to here, but his were all the same side. They were nice and silky. They wasn't, how would you say it? Like the dreads that people wear, and they wear. That's the style. They think that's the style functionality, because Judah is bad, especially the women, bad at telling people that that's our history. Stop that mess. Stop that. You got one living shot. Make it your best. What this song says, shoot your best shot. Because Yah gave it to you. He didn't tell you to go out here and try to chase. And that's what Judah do. The Hebrew Israelite movement always trying to chase you under a tradition, an order. And I see these women out here, and now little bitty babies. How you gonna send your kindergarten children to school with their head look like they just woke up and all over the place and want to talking about that's their nationality? That's a part of their nationality. We are sold. We are so sold out, especially mentally. We believe anything they say. Here, I've seen so many young kids, 6, 7 years old, look like they just got out of bed, lint all in their head, and they sending them to school like this, y'all. Where they going? It's just like you couldn't even take a rubber band or to make it look better. Me, myself, I think I started like at 7, being able to braid. I was sharp as a whip. I've always been good with doing hair. Always. My sons didn't go to the barber shop. My ex-husband, he didn't go get his hair cut. I cut hair. You see, I did all of that. I gave perms. I did weave, any type of braiding. I was always good at everything y'all gave me in these hands. I was always good at it. And I just couldn't see myself watching any of my children go to school like you just waking up. And these women don't have no problem with sending the kids like that, because their mentality then got to the point, whatever, this is our style, that's our nationality. No, that ain't, baby. You just been a fool all your life. People's dreads look like they how would I say it, y'all? A dry mop. I don't know if y'all ever seen a dry, dirty mop. That's what it looked like. Come on now, y'all. You don't have to look like that. But people choose to do it because they want somebody to think that that's their nationality. That's the way we were in the days. You's a lie, baby. Y'all better check them women out and check them men out back in the days. They did not dress like that. And what bothered me is today, when you look at all the videos they putting up, you should see all them videos they putting up of our black men with their fro gray, nice and shaped. Y'all don't see that? Y'all don't see our men with dreads in these pictures that they're uploading all over Facebook and YouTube, and they putting them as them. All our men together, every last one of them in the picture, hair together. They got dreads all the same side, leveled. Why is it y'all can put these pictures up, but y'all can't portray this role that you putting up? What's the difference between these pictures and the way y'all walking around here looking, man? It don't make sense. Cuckoo clocking time. Because you can't figure out, well, wait a minute, why ain't y'all matching even the pictures y'all putting up? They're not matching it. Now I don't know where they getting these here real nice pictures for black people. I don't know if y'all seen them. All over the place. Real nice pictures. Women got their hair together. Men got their hair together. But I'm trying to figure out, women, if she got dreads, why are they nice and flowing? Why she got makeup all the way tuned down? Why she got earrings? And she looking really nice. We as the natural people, Judith, just don't give a rat's behind about anything. We think that everything we do, it's okay. It's okay for our men to walk around here sagging. We don't see nothing wrong with it. And we make it right. That's the part that I don't like. We make everything that's ugly about us right. But God's not God, but God says. That's why I got to clean up and make my name right amongst the ugly people. So he know who we are. He know we ugly. We just don't know we are. So Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all. And I appreciate you from tuning in. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's dry and dirty looking like a mop. I'm telling you, I'm serious. Yeah. Every time I think of when I see it, I see them as a mop. I see that it's as a mop. And this is what happened. When you go over in Iran, you see they got these women all covered up. Why would y'all be so caught up in your outer man being covered up? If the man have sin in their heart, how is that going to interfere with you being covered up? If you're wicked in your heart, how is somebody covered up going to change your wickedness in your heart, y'all? If you're lustful in your heart, how is somebody covered up going to change your lust in your heart? How is covering up stopping a man from being who he already is? How is see, that's what I'm saying. We're trying to make things holy in the land of our captives. We're trying to make a people be holy than thou, as we know holiness, as I seek holiness. And then our spirit is rotten as hell. That don't make no sense. And yeah, y'all might think this is y'all, I'm telling you, it's a part of the sickness. It is a part of the sickness. And my son, his was so long, the man told him that the job there is going to require him to cut his, you know what he did? He had all of it wiped off. And that was about 12 years ago, and they never grew it back. You should see how nice and cut his hair is now. Nice, real pretty. He got some real all baby hair. That's probably what it is. All nice, and he cut it. You know, have it cut. He got it cut, but it's just that he wore that when he was in high school. Him and Quiet Storm. You know, but their dress didn't look like what the dress looked like today. Nothing like that. And I be trying to pick, not today, but people didn't got in this thing talking about that's our history. That ain't your history. Y'all need to really check out the people back in the biblical days. Judith, they heard them looking like that, but they want you to buy into a tradition of theirs because they decide to claim the tradition. Let's say if we cover up our heads and we wear long dresses and cover ourselves all up, do you think it's going to stop Satan? If you think it's going to stop the sin of the men, do you think it's going to stop the sin of the women? Do you think being covered up really stops anything? Your husband can have more wicked in him with you covered up than you uncovered. So what I don't get it. While you covered up, he out there looking at everybody uncovered. Somebody talk to me. See, y'all just don't understand. None of this stuff make any sense. And they can't even make it make sense before you. That's why they want you covered up. Because they don't want nobody looking at you, but you ain't even got the sense to realize ain't nobody looking at you no way. Who want to look at you? Most of the time they want the women to cover up because they don't see them in beauty anyway. Cover it up. I don't see no beauty in you no way. I'd rather for you to be covered up. These silly women be covering it up like they covering something up. What you got? Ain't nobody looking at you. Wicked and evil is in the heart of man and the mind. So if it's there already, I don't care what if you put a sheet over your head. Let me go, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You can put a sheet over your head. That ain't going. and walk around like looking like a ghost, like them people over in Iraq and Iran. And what are they doing to the women? They're raping them. They even raping their little girls. It ain't got nothing to do with you covering up. Women, y'all, that's what I'm saying. Covering up ain't gonna keep no sin nowhere. That's the sick minds of people who believe that. Sin is in the heart and in the mind. Try covering that up with a sheet. Even if you cover it up with a sheet, it still ain't gonna help. Evil is just evil. You can't try to hide nothing on this earth. 99.9% of women who running around here trying to wrap their head and trying to cover up, nobody ain't looking at you no way. That's why they complaining about other women and what they marry and who they marry. Why you worry about this white woman marrying this black man? And this black man marrying this white woman? Keep your tail covered and you stay where your husband at. Ain't nobody else looking at you. That's why. And people don't understand that. People, world on the line, your husband wants you all wrapped up while he run around in name brand clothes. He run around with his eyes wide open to look at everything ain't covered, and you got your stupid tail covered up. What is that going to do in the kingdom? It ain't going to do nothing in the kingdom. And matter of fact, let me tell y'all something. I ain't never heard. I guess I don't know how that's going to turn out. But you know what? When he get us to that holy land, what clothes we gonna have? What we gonna have on? You think I'm caught up in that? No. So why are we so caught up on this sinful earth, and we ain't even giving it a thought on that holy Zion? It's not going to be like they thought it was down here, because there's not going to be any more sin, y'all. So men ain't going to be walking around lusting on little girls or on men. You see? All that mess going to be done away with. If y'all thought that the body of a woman was to be looked at a way of sin and lust, he wouldn't have put Adam and Eve naked in the garden. See, that's why I tell you, y'all really missed the whole overall of the creation, the perfect will. He put them in there naked. And then he turned around and made the statement, they were naked. Because they wanted, you got to pull that nakedness two ways. You got to pull it in the natural and you got to pull it in the spirit. But what was the purpose? Because everything was perfect. You see? He wanted you to know, I didn't create man's body for a woman to lust after or to desire. And I didn't create a woman's body for a man to look at her. Do they supposed to enjoy each other? Yes. But he didn't want this lust in the way that we are today. That we just out of crazy. Now women are wrapped in their heads all the way down to the ground, their whole body. Over in Iran, they wrap their whole face and only their eyes. Why would he want you to do that when he put you in the garden naked? Because man told you this is what you're going to put on. So I can have you at home and have my eyes on everybody else. You see, it don't make sense. But women fall into all that mess anyway. They don't matter with them. They think they holier than thou. Okay, you all. But do you see how they looking? Do you? That's the point. Now I'm glad you said that. A maid. That's what they look like. That's the way they got these women looking like they are a maid. I mean, they just got them just. But don't forget, one, y'all, one living. You got one living on this earth. You are not responsible for the sick mind of these men, nor these women. You got one living. And if you're trading your living over to a flesh of a man, and trading your living over to this world and living based on their criteria and their religion and they believe and their denomination and what they say, you go right ahead. Don't forget, you only have one. I sat back and couldn't understand what Solomon mean. He said, if y'all give you this, that's your portion. Enjoy it. Y'all gave it to you. But what they got, the Hebrew Israelite movement got people thinking, you got to go under the tradition of these men to be able to be really who you're supposed to be in y'all. And these women that follow them, they too follow that same tradition, but it's a power control. That's what Satan wanted in the kingdom, power control. What I'm saying is, you guys, one living, you got one living down on this earth. And if you choose to live it to please the world, you go right ahead, because that's who you pleasing. Or are you going to live it to please yourself? Because when that ruach in you, step outside with something you ain't got no business having on. That ruach going to shoot it into you and tell you, take your butt back in there and take that off. He does it. That's how he rumbles. Yah, the ruach in you is greater than he that's in the world. He know how to warn you and prepare you and tell you, don't wear this, don't wear this, don't wear this. Tune down this, don't do this. Don't. He talks to you. If you really in him, that's how he rumbled with Sister Deborah. He rumbled with Sister Deborah. And sometimes he don't even have to warn me. If I get out here and I'm looking some way, if I'm looking a certain way and I begin to see people staring, I say, okay, it's time for me to go back and switch up. It's time for me to go back. I don't care if it's men or women. It's time for me to go back and switch up. But if I wear something that is inappropriate, oh, you think that father ain't going to shoot up? Yes, he is. Yes, he will. So that's what I'm saying. We need to either we're going to serve man on the outside of who we are, or we're going to serve him that's greater on the inside than he that is in the world. So which one it's going to be? But you guarantee one thing, he gave you one living out of his breath of life. And that one spirit he gave you. But that living in your body, you have to feel good about you and your body. And it don't mean going out there dispersing your body, showing your body, trying to look a certain way so everybody can see your body. Nor your makeup looking like a 100% class clown. But if you got to make yourself look as good as you yourself want to feel, not someone else. That's the most, and that's what Sister Deborah do, though, y'all. I dress to the way I feel. I ain't thinking about nobody else. I don't care. I dress to the way I feel. And if y'all see, I have so many different ways that I dress, but you see, I don't be bothered with these people. I ain't got time to be caught up in them. I don't need to prove nothing to the world. If I tie my head up, shows that I got a covering. What the rat behind are you talking about? I'm in the body of Hamashiach. What are you talking about? I got a covering. The Ruach, Son, his Christ, his power to be my head. So what are you talking about? What head do I need outside of that one? I like somebody in this world to tell me. I'm covered. I'm covered by the blood. So what covering you talking about? See what I'm saying? They ain't got no answer for nothing. That's how silly they are. They ain't got no answer to nothing. All they got an answer to is to control you, manipulate you, make you feel that you under their power and their control and their denomination and their belief. That's why they want to take everybody out in the woods. Build. Follow this pastor down. Let me tell you something. You see how Titanic went down? They're going to go down with him. They're going to go down with the ship. And only things that's a ship in him is his big loud mouth. That's it. And anytime you see brothers following him because of what he has, they know that this man is no righteous in him. They follow him because he's offering them an easy life. Many wives, many sexual and lust, many power and control. That's what he's offering him. And that's how that's what Satan wanted in the kingdom. And he's offering it to them, and they thinking that's the best life to live. No spirit and truth this man has. No nothing. But this is what people do. They follow who they are. Yeah, they're gonna go down and everybody gonna see it. That's gonna be just like TD Jakes. They're gonna go down worse than that. So I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I say I wasn't planning on being on here this long, but I got caught up in running my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you all, and I will be back. I will. And praise the Most High, a higher. Yes. So I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you all. Shalom and shalom.